Welcome to day 184 of the 300 movie challenge. Today, we watched the highest grossing film of September 2009, which was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Meatballs.
The meatballs didn't even come until the end of the movie.
That was the first thing that fell from the sky in the book.
I like how Tara's... This is the one that made her mad that it's not following the book.
It was such a cute and simple concept. It's a children's book. And somehow they made it into this... I don't even know what it is.
It's like... I mean, oh god, I don't even know where to start. Like...
There was some frightening imagery.
Yes, there was!
Yes.
But,
Especially the mayor.
yes, okay, I did not want to see him on screen, like, anymore. Just, ew. I don't like that. I don't
He's
like
a
seeing people that look like that. It's just, ew. It's weird.
And the way he acts, too, made it much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then the fucking chickens. Oh my
I don't
god!
understand how the machine was able to make non-organic, like, well, not non-organic, organic, like, meats and stuff, because that doesn't...
I don't know.
It was
You can chemically
I
make
mean,
it
look,
and
it's we
everything,
cannot,
but
we cannot science this movie. It just it won't. We can't. Okay.
literal. Like, who thought that was a good idea to put in a kids' movie? It was like rotisserie chickens fall from the ceiling, surround the main characters.
One of them
Eats the bully character, and then like 5 minutes later, the bully character emerges from the chicken, and it's so messed up.
It's so weird.
Oh.
Like, we were talking like right before this about like, is this better or worse than Monsters vs. Aliens? And here's my stance on this.
Okay.
I can see people go either way, but here's my stance on it. It's weirder.
It makes way less sense.
Yeah, it does. But like, I would say the complete like the aspect of like literally like what the fuck is going on is like, I would honestly say that's better than Monsters vs. Aliens, which was just kind of boring. I'd rather take just confusion over boredom.
But I don't know if I can be like accepting the weird imagery in this movie over the weird undertones
Yeah,
of
that's the...
Monsters vs.
Do
Aliens.
I take the weird undertones of the other one, or do I take this? In the end, I chose this just because I was like, at least this I can like skip over scenes because it doesn't matter if you skip certain scenes and everything.
Yeah, and then okay, so there's that, but then the other thing, and again, I can see that going both ways, but the thing to me that does definitely say, okay, this is better, is that besides the characters, because the characters look weird, okay? They look weird. Besides that, this does look pretty good visually.
It
Yeah.
does.
Like, the backgrounds, yeah.
do punch.
Yeah, like
And-
the colors of it and stuff, like, there is actually some decently good, like, art direction in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you see the town before and after, you can see the mood shift and everything, while everything in Monsters vs. Aliens was pretty standard.
Well, if anything,
Cardboard.
like, we mentioned that the, okay, even though the character designs in this are still really weird, the Monsters vs. Aliens ones were, like, legitimately, like, not animated that well.
No.
Yeah.
Right? We can't say that the animation quality was bad for this, right? It was just that
Yeah.
they look
Yeah.
strange. So, like, that's kind of my main reason of why I have it a little bit higher than Monsters vs. Aliens. And it's a bit high. There's a few movies in between them, but it's Yeah, it's that, and then again, just how fucking weird it is. It's almost like it's not so bad it's good, but it's almost like you kind of have to see it to really be like understand, like
The nightmare fuel. That could come
not
from
even
it.
just the nightmare fuel, but just the weirdness of like everything, because it's like it's just weird feelings about a lot of scenes that like it's hard to describe.
I definitely did not expect what we got out of this movie. I was just like, there's some weird messages about like, there's like the landfill and it's being held back by a dam, and I guess maybe it could be like commentary on people being wasteful with food, but that was also pretty terrifying because the dam breaks.
Yeah.
And the town gets destroyed.
And then I guess there's like the whole thing with like, is eating whatever you want really... in the end, it's not that good for you either. And stuff like with the kid where he got all the sugar and everything, but he ended up eating way too much of it and stuff too.
There is an overall theme of like there's the big theme, which is like, you know, basically that boils down to believe in yourself and trust who you are, and it's like, okay, I've seen this in so many things. Yeah, that's not anything interesting. But what they kind of do is that, like, and this is not as big of a focus, and if it was this, I think this could have been more interesting, is they have a little bit of the, like, with the mayor, like, again, we're talking about how he's, like, really creepy to see, but with his character, you kind of get into the whole, like, people can manipulate you to do bad things.
Yeah.
And, like, for a kid's movie, like, that's actually kind of not that common of a message, but it's a good one because, like, you know, authority people can actually manipulate kids to kind of, you know what I mean? Like, so that's a legitimate thing. But again, it's really not done well. It's just kind of there. And then this also is a problem, is that the dialogue and the writing just in general is just so obvious and on the nose. There's zero subtleties in anything. So yeah, it's kind of, I said this like when we were watching this, I'm like, the main guy is such a caricature of the nerd stereotype that you cannot relate to him.
Yeah.
Even though the movie's trying to make you relate to him. Like, look, aren't you like this person? And it's like, well, no, because he's so much of a caricature.
Extreme.
Yeah, and that's kind of true also with the dialogue, where it's just so on the nose that it's like, I see what you're trying to do, but since it's so blatant and so obvious, it's, if a similar situation were to happen in real life with similar motivations and themes, it wouldn't be like this. So I feel like a kid who would see this movie and understand what's going on in this movie, if the same thing were to kind of happen in real life, they wouldn't get it because it's, like, more subtle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, also, I feel like I might kind of be giving this too much credit by even assuming that, like, that's what they were trying to do. But yeah, just the dialogue is just so obvious. It's just fucking weird. And here's what I'm really confused about.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell do they do in the sequel?
Okay,
There's a sequel to this movie.
I remember seeing the trailer for the sequel.
I'm like, literally, what can they do? They did the thing. Like,
The thing has happened.
I remember seeing the sequel. I mean, I didn't see the sequel. I saw the trailer for the sequel because I was in the theater for, I think, I forgot what movie it was. Oh no, I think it was, no, I don't remember what movie it was. But in any case, apparently they go to an island where, like, the food and everything kind of gets a mind of its own, and it starts, like, making an ecosystem of sorts on this island or whatever.
okay.
Explore it and stuff, and they find, like, that the food has kind of,
Like, made a culture.
yeah, except that they're like, they don't take, like, they don't talk or anything. It's more like they become like animals.
This is some weird Gulliver's Travel shit right here.
This is weird shit in general. Like, this is fucking strange.
Oh my goodness, I am frightened.
I don't remember. I know the police guy is there, and like the
Right.
guy and the girl are there. I don't remember if the monkey is there or the bully guy is there, or even the pilot doctor, TV man. But yeah,
And then, of course, also they have to have the whole, you know...
The romance.
Yeah, it's so irrelevant. Yeah, it's so forced and just like, we have romance because we have to, and it doesn't mean anything, and it comes out of nowhere, and nobody cares. So, hooray. I mean, it's just... This movie is both really weird and yet really formulaic at the same time.
Yeah.
In terms of, again, like, the dialogue and, like, the motivations and the character archetypes and
I
stuff,
guess
but...
it's kind of like it has a cliched backbone, but what they put onto that backbone is very weird and out of left field.
to like add on to what you said, it's more like they had a cliched backbone, but where the story is very formulaic in sense. But they were like, nope, let's put everything to the extreme and make everything as crazy as possible and everything.
Because at least...
I guess
It's different from Monsters vs. Aliens because Monsters vs. Aliens just tried to be like really hip and everything and break all the tropes, where here they just go along with the tropes. It's just not the tropes that you're kind of concerned with. It's all the other craziness that you're concerned with.
I can give it that much at least. It does something different-ish to some extent, and it's self-aware.
I mean, at the same time, though, for example, like, if I want to see something completely insane, I'd watch, like, Robots, because that doesn't even have a foundation. It's just complete insanity in every aspect of it, right? But this is, like, it's like there's insane, to use food puns, or, whatever, whatever the word is, allegories.
Allegories.
This is like a boring meal, but then someone just dumped the weirdest fucking sauce on it, right? Whereas Robots is just this weird ass sauce. You know what I mean? It's
and you
like,
don't get anything with it.
no, but like I'd rather watch Robots because it's complete insanity. You know what I mean? I don't know. So Robots, I find, is like, it's like a train wreck where it's like, I can't stop watching how crazy this is. Where here, it's like there's aspects of that, but at other times I'm honestly bored and like, this is lame. So, I don't know. We're all in agreement that it's not very good. We're just not really sure exactly how not good it is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Essentially it. But I think the Invalid have ranked it higher than Monsters vs. Aliens. I don't know.
A little bit higher.
I have moved it. I originally put it like right next to it, like not knowing where else to put it, but I think I'm gonna move it up a couple of notches just because
I put it right above Monsters vs. Aliens.
I have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 films between them, but yeah, that's, considering we're at 185 or no, 184, like, that's not that many. So
no.
Yeah. And again, I think the main reason I put it up those spots is for the visuals minus the characters, which are legitimately pretty good. So
I guess it's like War of the Worlds. Yeah, where the visuals were really good and the tone was really good. It's just the characters sucked.
Yeah.
But this is definitely way more crazier in terms of what the heck is going on.
Yeah, and I would say War of the Worlds is one of those things where, like, there are moments in the movie that are legitimately really good. Here, there's nothing that is, like, by itself really good. I guess there's a few things which are, like, okay, but yeah, that's kind of that.
Yeah.
So, that's that. Next movie is something else that's actually kind of weird but not so far, like, it's weird in terms of just kind of what it is. especially compared
Yes.
to what else we've seen. So,
I think this is the first movie of this
yeah,
type that
it
we're
is.
watching.
I think it's actually
Yeah.
the only one. So,
I think so, yeah.
yeah, I don't know what to expect and anything about it, so I guess we'll see.
Well,
Yeah.
indeed.
So, but I guess that's that. So, bye.
Okay, bye.